If you're happy and you know it, do you have a career that you love? If you're happy and you know it, would it be easier to be happy if you have a career that you love? And if you're doing what you love, how do you become even more valuable to the business, to the organisation, to the team that you work with, so that they actually want to pay you more money? And it's one of the questions that people ask me on a regular basis. Can I earn more money? How do I earn more money? Why is it that some people earn more than others? And in most organisations, there's a hierarchy of salary or wages, have you noticed? So there's the starting wage, and then you might get an increase if you've been there for a little while. You might get an increase if you're really good at what you do. You might get an increase if the company's had a great year and you get a bonus at the end of the year. But what if you wanted to be in control of how much money you earn? And I always ask these questions. Would you like to be your own boss, choose your own hours, earn the amount of money that you want to earn, go on holidays when it suits you, and work with the people that you want to work with? And that technically sounds like you have to have your own business. But what if you could do all of those things and still work for someone else? So you didn't have the hassle of owning your own business, because a lot of people are very scared about that. Now, I would like to suggest that owning your own business and being in full control of what you do is one of the most exciting things you could possibly do with your life. But I also understand that there's some people who want to be employers and some people that want to be employees. But the challenge with being an employee is that usually you get told how much you're going to earn, you get told when you're going to work, you get told when you can go on holidays, and you get told who you have to work with. So what if you could be in control of those and you were working with someone else? You were still working in another organisation that you didn't own. So I'm a living, breathing example that that's possible. I'm not an entrepreneur. I haven't started a business from scratch ever. What I've always done is gone into other people's businesses and helped the business grow, become more profitable, become more successful, earn more money, and then I've earned more money because of that. So with my headspace of I know that that's possible, what I do now is I talk to every single business owner that I meet, every person I know that employs somebody, puts somebody onto a team, is a talent scout for a sporting team or an orchestra or a organisation, a board, doesn't matter. I'm always asking, what is it that you're looking for, or why is it that you pay people more money? So if you've got somebody working for you, somebody on your team, somebody that you employ, why do you pay them more money? And it's really interesting. There's only three major things, and that makes it really simple. So number one, and most important, is that you will earn more money if you're working for the right people, that is. You'll earn more money if you create more money for the organisation. Surely that makes sense, yeah? So if everything that you do or what you do creates more income or profit for the organisation, or saves the organisation money so they make more profit. So there's two things there. You can increase profit or decrease hassle or decrease expenses, and that makes the overall profit of the organisation better because of you, then you are definitely worth more money. Now, I'll just put an interesting side note in there. If you're doing that and the owner of the organisation or the boss doesn't pay you more money or doesn't want to pay you more money, that's a great reason to go somewhere else. Or it gives you the headspace that you could run your own business. Because if you're making a business more profitable, and if you've ever heard yourself say this, if this was my business, I'd do it differently. Well, here's a great suggestion. If you have that headspace, could it be a really good idea to go and do it on your own? Because then you are in full control of everything. You get to be the boss, choose your own hours, work with the people you want to work with, earn the amount of money that you want to earn, and go on holidays when you want to go on holidays. That is owning your own business. But if you are adding value, profit, income to somebody else's business, then you have the right, and I would say even more important than that, the organisation will want to pay you more money. And in my experience, they'll want to let you choose your own hours. They'll want to let you go on holidays when it suits you. They'll want you to work with the people that you want to work with. And you will get to choose how much money you earn because you're adding value, adding profit to the organisation. So that is the overall. Every single business owner I've ever spoken to, every chairman of the board, every owner of a sporting team, every talent scout for a music band or a or a movie organisation all say exactly the same thing. We're looking for the people that bring profit into the organisation, and that's worth money. So that's number one across the board. So what are the other two things that will help you earn more money? It goes with that. Everything that you do adds value to the organisation, which means, and I'll reverse that, you don't do anything that devalues the organisation. Because it costs a lot of money when there's people in a team, when there's people in a business that aren't always adding value in whatever way, shape or form that is. So if you are negative, if you are gossiping, if you criticise people, if you pull the company down, if you cause disruption in the company, anything that stops the company from being productive, which then in turn makes the company profitable, then you are a hassle to the organisation. And that's a good reason not to get paid at all. That's a good reason to get fired. Now, we live in a world now where it's very difficult to get fired. And I will ask this very personally. If you feel that you're not adding value to an organisation, could it be a good idea to resign? Because it's very tough for the owner of a business to fire you. It's very difficult in a world now to remove people from an organisation, that the legal challenges are just a big pain in any organisation's backside. So if you're not happy somewhere, why stay? Because if you're not happy, it's very likely that you're not being very productive for the organisation, which means the organisation doesn't really want you there either. So there's no win going on there. There's no win for you because you don't like it there. There's no win for the organisation because you're not doing a great job. And there's no win for the customers and clients or members or fans because you're not there for the right reason. So from an integrity point of view, from a just being a great person point of view, if you don't love what you're doing, could it be a really good idea to get the hell out of there? The position that you're in at the moment, is there somebody who would love it? And doesn't matter what job you do right now, there'll be somebody somewhere in the world that would love to do what you're doing. So if you're not doing it, or you don't love doing it, maybe it's a good idea to get the hell out of there. And it also makes you very not valuable, if there's such an expression, to the organisation. So if you want to earn more money, you've got to bring profit, income, less hassle to an organisation. And the next part is everything that you do adds value to the organisation rather than detracts from the organisation. So I always ask that question when people say to me, Rowie, I haven't had a pay rise for a long time, or how do I ask for more money? My question is always, are you bringing profit into the organisation, and is everything you're doing adding value to the organisation? So the third part of that, so number one is profit. Number two is you're adding value in every area. Number three is, if you look at what you do on a day-to-day basis, do you need to be managed? Does somebody need to check up on you? Does somebody need to hold you accountable? Because did you know that if there's an organisation and you have a manager, that manager's wages has to be paid to look after you? So if you require accountability, somebody to teach you what to do, somebody to make sure that you're not screwing up, that wage is an expense to the organisation. But if you're the kind of person that is self-motivated, self-educated, self-disciplined, you're given a job description or a career description and you can follow that without somebody having to check up on you, because that costs money. And anything that costs an organisation money is money that they can't give to you because they have to give it to someone else. So I always ask, and it's a really uncomfortable question, do you put in 100% effort all the time? Do you arrive on time or early? Do you always follow your career description, your job description? Do you dress beautifully? Do you follow the rules and regulations of the organisation, or does somebody have to check up on you? And if somebody's checking up on you, that costs money, which means it's less likely that you're going to get any form of extra money, extra bonus, salary increase, etc. So do you want to work for someone else? Really important question. If the answer is yes, Are you the extra mile person? Do you put in 100% effort all the time? Can you be relied on to bring profit into the organisation, to add value to the organisation, and not need to be managed, not need to be held accountable? If somebody's got to follow you around and make sure you're doing what you're supposed to do, then it's very unlikely that you'll earn more money. So I know that you can work in an organisation, and it doesn't matter which team, business, retail, commercial, doesn't matter. Every single boss, leader, manager I've ever spoken to, excuse me, all say exactly the same thing. Rowie, if we had people in our organisation that added value, added profit, added income, and didn't need to be held accountable because we didn't have to manage them, because that is such a pain in people's backside, that person would be worth more money. We would love to pay them more money. And if you're talking about job security, if you're ever scared of losing your job, doesn't matter whether there's a recession or a depression or a worldwide medical pandemic or a global financial crisis or the business is in trouble, any boss, any entrepreneur, any leader will want to keep you if you are adding value to the organisation, if you bring profit to the organisation and you don't need to be managed. You are very valuable. The reverse of that, if you are costing the organisation money because you're a pain in their ass, if you don't follow the systems, if you don't add value to the organisation and you have to be managed and somebody has to follow you around and check up on you, it's very likely that they're trying to get rid of you. And I say that straight down the line, open and honestly. If you were the boss, wouldn't you want to get rid of you? You're a pain in the organisation's backside. So if you want to earn more money, it's easy. If you want to make sure you've got job security, it's easy. If you are scared of losing your job right now, it might be a really good idea to have a look at what you're doing at the moment. Is it adding value? Is it bringing profit? And do I need to be managed? And if not, perhaps resign. Find a different place to work where you will want to add value to the organisation. Could that be the simple thing? Where do you want to be that you want to make the company more profitable, that you want to follow the systems, that you want to be the person that doesn't need to be held accountable because you love what you're doing? So the win-win there is for everybody. If you are loving what you do and you're really good at it and you're bringing profit into the organisation, nobody wants to lose you. And even if the company's in trouble, they will try and keep you. And even if the company's going broke, every entrepreneur, if they're challenged in their business right now, they're looking for another opportunity. So most entrepreneurs, the biggest challenge that they've got in business is finding great people. So if you're a great person, they will want to keep you and take you into their next organisation. It's really simple. So to be valuable, add value. To be valuable, bring profit into the organisation. To add value, be the person that doesn't need to be told what to do and have somebody kick your ass if you don't do it. It's very simple to make more money. Add value to your world. Value doesn't come in the hours that you work. Value doesn't come in how long you've worked in an organisation for. Your value comes from, am I adding value to this business? Am I bringing profit? Am I decreasing hassle? Am I decreasing expenses? And if the answer is yes, then you are very valuable. Thank you for coming to Romax. The goal here is to make sure that you're healthy, fit and strong, that you have a career or business that you love, that you are financially free, and you have great people in your life. And 1/3 of our life is our job or our business. There's 24 hours in a day. Most people work about 8 hours. Wouldn't it be nice that if the 8 hours that you're investing into your career or your business is doing something that you love, that you are adding value to the world, you are really enjoying what you're doing, and nobody needs to hold you accountable because you want to be the very best person for that position. Couldn't that be awesome? And maybe then you'd be living life to the max. Woohoo! I feel good, because I love my career and I want to add value. Yay!